What's up, everybody? Welcome to this episode of Beers and Breakdowns. In this episode, we are doing SEAL Team episode 11.
Containment. It's a good episode like they all are. This one is about nuclear stuffs.
The nucleus.
Don't nobody want to mess with that. That's dirty.
No, it's all green, glows green. You turn into a Ninja Turtle.
That would be cool. All right, here's this question. Okay. What's your favorite Ninja Turtle?
That's a silly question. How do you choose? If you're choosing on who do you think the coolest is, who do you think you're more like?
No, who do you think the coolest is? I'm going to peg you as... That's a weird way to put it. I'm going to put you as a Raphael kind of guy.
You got a thing right here. There you go. With just a little hair.
All right. I'm going to put you as a Raphael kind of guy.
Okay. I'm a huge Ninja Turtles fan. I have ever since I was a kid. I wanted to name my sister Michelangelo. First I said Raphael. My mom said no, so I said Michelangelo. She said no. I said Leonardo. She said, you're not naming your sister after a Ninja Turtle. And I was like, well, then I don't care what you name her because they all suck except for the ones that I just named off.
All right.
So my whole thing is, how do you choose? I don't know if a real Ninja Turtle fan could choose their favorite, because do I identify the most with Raphael? I think Michelangelo, his spirit is one of the coolest.
Yep.
Because he's that free flow. He's gonna like you, free flow. Everything's cool. Always in a good mood. But you know, being the leader is also something that everyone wants and admires.
Donatello, bro.
I could see you as a Donatello.
Do you guys like Buck's shirt?
Oh,
I like his shirt.
I like this one a lot. This one. So we're wearing Barbell apparel. I don't know if you guys know this, but Barbell hooked us up with a lot of clothes, and we fell in love with them. They make absolutely amazing clothes.
Yep.
And so now I'm in Barbell almost 95% of my life. Which my wife got mad at me because I had to go paint our house, and I wore all my Barbell apparel, expensive clothes, and now everything I own is covered in paint. And that was a mistake, and I feel really bad. So Kyle, if you could send me some more t-shirts, I'd appreciate you, my man. But I am super fan of this one that Kurt picked out. Bull. If you guys see the back, show the back, dude. This is so sick.
It's gonna be so awkward.
Yeah, I know, because you gotta squat low. Dude, look at that thing. It's sick, right? Dude.
It's awesome.
It's a badass shirt. And you know what? Like, the hard thing about designing shirts, like, even if you could look at something and say, that's really cool. Like, I love that shirt. But if you ask me, like, okay, well, now you make a really cool one.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll put a skull on it. It's so hard to make a shirt look cool and then also not have it be, like, cheesy or lame or just, like, overdone, you know?
But we've also got our own line coming out with Barbell soon, the Chase Fear line. And so that's going to be dropping probably whenever this video comes out.
That's sick.
So
Chase Fear. I mean, that's like the whole premise of everything we try to teach people throughout the talking head portions. The mentorship program is anytime that something really scares you, you need to run towards that. Yep. You need to face those fears,
your comfort zone.
And run at it, because at the end of the day, you're afraid for a reason. Yep. You're afraid because it's something that you actually really want, and you're afraid that you won't get it.
Exactly.
Right.
So that important. If it's that important where you're scared of it,
yeah, you need to go for it, because even if you fail at the other side, then you don't have anything. You don't have any regrets. Like, I tried and I failed, and you know what? Now I know. But if you never tried, then that nagging feeling is always going to get you. So chase your fears, guys, and hopefully that clothing line will help remind you. Don't ask me to design any of it, because you'll get like a skull on it. Maybe like a flame coming out of the top.
It'll be off-centered.
I'll do off-centered, and then one of them be like a heart with a arrow going through it, and like flames coming out of the top of that too, because just add flames.
Like, why is there flames on everything you make?
It's like it'll look like
it's cool.
It'll look like clip art from the tattoo shop you go to. It's just all those copy and paste it onto a shirt.
Well, ours is not going to look like that. Luckily, you're not designing it. We've got professionals on board. It's going to be awesome. We've got shirts, we've got shorts, and we've got hats coming out. So it's going to be in collaboration with Barbell Apparel. So check that out.
I can't wait to get that. I want to be covered in that. That's going to be so cool.
Sure, yeah.
What a great message. All right, let's jump into this episode. We got another banger. Oh, I don't want to grab them because they're behind me, but make sure you go check out the FNG Academy boots. The pre-sale should be live for that. Best boots ever created, AR-670-1 approved for military. We're going to be coming out with some black ones for law enforcement. If these aren't the best boots you guys ever worn in the military, well then we'll just quit this entire FNG Academy. We'll shut down the YouTube, shut down production on everything, and Kurt and I will go get jobs at a tire shop.
Dan? Looks good, man. Suits you. Makes your eyes pop.
Did you see the other guy?
I did. Yeah, well, what was left of him anyway.
You know, I still got pieces of shrapnel inside me. Every once in a while, one will find its way to the surface and I have to scratch it out through my skin.
That right there is making me crave some corned beef. Who's hungry?
All
It's
right.
actually my job to.
Have you ever known anybody that had shrapnel inside of them like that?
Is that the guy?
Steve Howie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's from Shameless. He's the bartender guy that's with the black chick.
And then he's the son, the loser son in that Reba.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what the heck?
Yeah.
Why is he so jacked?
I didn't.
Why does he
know
look
yet.
like he got in a car wreck?
He's not the son, right? He's like dating the daughter. Or
Yeah,
something?
dating the daughter, the son-in-law.
Yeah.
We got blown up.
What the heck? I am blown away right now. I haven't seen. Okay, well, I shouldn't say.
Poor choice of words.
I haven't seen this episode. This is blowing me away.
Yeah, that's him.
Holy crap.
But anyways, have you
All right.
ever known anybody with shrapnel like that?
Like to the point where they have to scratch it out?
Yeah.
No, I know people with shrapnel, but I don't know people that like talk about scratching it out.
I knew a guy where he'd be sitting there and he'd like start like scratching his neck and he'd just like pull a piece of glass out of his neck because it was making its way out.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest thing. Like you'd always see him like every once in a while he'd just like start scratching and be like, oh look. I was like, oh dude, I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
But it's so weird how the body does that though.
Yeah. That's eventually it just like tries to push out
Yeah, like,
foreign contaminants.
A lot of
right?
times like they won't go, especially if you have like a ton of it in you, they're not gonna go pull it all out because it'll just work itself out.
Yeah, like my team sergeant caught that ricochet on that video we showed you guys. I was standing next to him, and the commando shot the wall, and it ricocheted and hit him in the leg. And he has the 5.56 head sitting in his leg. I don't know if one day it'll like push it out or if it's just gonna stay there.
Oh.
But I don't know if I'd want that just chilling in my body.
Just
all the time.
knowing it's there.
Yeah, just knowing it's there, knowing your body doesn't want it to be there.
Yeah, you get screwed every time you go to the airport through security.
Like Kanye.
Yeah, feel that right there? That's the pop. Right in there.
You gotta wear the brace.
Yeah, the brace. I get it.
Raymond, give me a second. I'll be right with you.
Oh, that's okay. I'll wait till you're done with the old guy.
The old man here just bench pressed 318 today. That's right.
Brother, how many times I gotta tell you the benching went out in the 90s? It's all full body stuff now.
Okay.
Deadlifts, power cleans. Would you please school this meathead Lucas?
Hey, it's between y'all.
It's between us.
All right, now let's get a look at that shoulder.
So if you ever get hurt, I don't know if you had to utilize Thor 3.
Oh yeah.
So they have phenomenal centers like this where you'll go in and every group has their own Thor 3 facility, but you'll go in and it's just like all the team guys that are in there getting fixed up from their injuries. I remember when I blew out my knee, I had to go in there and it's like all state-of-the-art equipment. You walk in, it's like, oh, this team sergeant's over here. It's like just people, different operators from all over the place. But yeah, it's incredible the amount of facilities that we have and the quality of those places.
Yeah, 10th group, we had the Thor gym, and there was this one specific dude, and he was just like a college bro, super cool, super fit, loved him because he cared so much about making us feel better. He genuinely loved his Green Berets, and he took care of them like anything we needed. If you walk in there and you're tweaked, you're like, bro, my back is not feeling good. He's like, oh, dude, lay down.
Yep.
Let's fix this. Where's it hurting? And then he's all instantly, you're just going in for a gym workout, and he's all of a sudden instantly working on you. He had this like roller bar that he just got that weighed like 45 pounds. So it would like crack your back and really work out all your muscle tissue.
Yeah.
And he was rolling me with that. And it was like to have, like, group is really good at hiring some amazing people to make you feel better and to help you perform at your best.
Well, nowadays, yeah. And we're going to get to the next scene and kind of highlight how it used to be. But yeah, because back in the day, it was all about just tough it out. Like you're a Green Beret, deal with it. But nowadays, it's all about longevity and keeping guys going. And like the Thor 3 facilities, man, they'll give you personalized workout plans depending on where you're at, your VO2 max, everything, dietitians, all of it. And I wish I would have utilized it more when I was in. I did not use it enough.
Dude, I felt so spoiled every time going in there and be like, oh man, my shoulder. He's like, oh dude, come here, come here. And then all of a sudden they got the hammer gun and they're doing the shoulder there. He's doing range of motion tests. He's like massaging it. You're like, dude, I love being an operator so much, dude.
It's awesome.
It's so cool.
And my favorite thing about going and working out there was they had the best protein shakes.
Yeah.
So afterwards, just go to the refrigerator, and I forget what brand it was, but they were always ice cold, and it was always amazing. And that was like a little treat at the end of your workout.
As much as if you guys think that being an operator for all the people that are thinking about going is as cool as you think it's gonna be, it's that.
Yeah.
It didn't fail its expectations in any way for me.
No, not at all. Best job ever.
Mm-hmm. It really is the best job in the world.
It's a bad time. Look, we got a deployment in 3 weeks.
Just give us a second.
I cannot miss
No,
deployment,
no,
Jason.
you're no good to anyone if you're injured.
I am fine.
You're not fine. You're injured.
You gotta spin him.
All right. You're staying here. You can sit this one
Jason.
out. You're gonna sit the one out. Get the MRI, see the doctor, see what he says, and then we'll talk about deployment.
That would piss me off, dude.
Exactly, this is the reason why team guys hide injuries.
Yep.
Like, I know I did it myself. You learn it in the Q course because you don't want to go to med hold in the Q course because then you get removed from your class. Everybody else moves on. You're in hold. If you're in hold too long, you get dropped. So that's where you start to learn it. And then once you get to a team, the last thing you want to do is be held back from a mission because you're injured.
That's
or
why you're
whatever.
there.
Yeah. So
You're
how
there
many?
to go on mission. You're not there to just be a bro and hang out and drink beers.
Yeah.
And go to Thor. You're there to go on mission. That's the goal.
The worst thing ever as a team guy is having to go and work with the B team or just go to an empty team room while the rest of your team is somewhere around the world
Yeah.
just doing the job and you're stuck back there. So that's why people hide injuries. And, unfortunately it happens all the time, but this is a good illustration of, why people do that.
And that would piss me off if the team sergeant's like, no, you're staying back. Like, no, dude, you need to ask me if I'm good enough to deploy because you know that I know what I need to do. And you need to ask me if I could do those things. And if there was a time when I failed and couldn't, when I said I could, then I understand where you feel like you need to step in and dictate. But if I've never failed you, do not come and tell me what I need to do. That will piss me off something fierce. If he came up to me and told me I had to stay back, I'd be looking for another team.
I get it from Jason's perspective because he has to watch out for the team. And if Ray's injured, like you saw when he was doing the range of motion, Ray couldn't even get up here. And so his shoulder is just completely jacked up. But Ray, as every team guy is, he's going to deal with it. He's going to push through. But Jason doesn't want it to negatively affect the team. So now somebody else has to step up into Ray's spot.
If I tell you I'm good, I'm good. If I can't do my job, then I have to tell you I need the time.
We're getting ready to go to, I think this is our Nepalese, it was our Nepalese trip because that's why we were down a medic. My stupid medic was doing, it was like a week before the trip, he was a big CrossFit guy, and he was doing box jumps, and he missed the box or stumbled on the box and snapped his arm in half. And so I remember he calls, he's like, yeah, I'm in the hospital right now. And we're like, what the hell, Jamie? Like, come on. He broke his arm, couldn't go on the deployment. We were down a medic. Then in Nepal, our medic snapped his leg. And so that's why we were out. We had no medics. We couldn't go to Mount Everest Base Camp, which is the highlight of the trip, because we had no medical personnel with
I'd be
us.
so pissed, dude.
So all because one dumbass broke his arm, the other dumbass fell off a log and broke his leg.
Dude, get a cast and then cut the thumb out. So as long as you could make a grip, you're chilling.
Well, we were rock climbing.
Oh,
so.
never mind. Never mind.
He wasn't going to be useless. But he was also like 260 pounds. He was not a rock climber at all. So
You know what else he wasn't?
What?
A box jumper.
He wasn't? No, he found that out real quick.
260 pounds? Don't jump, my dude. Stay your ass close to the ground as possible at all times.
You should not be leaving the ground whatsoever. Gravity is not your friend.
My daughter she had her friend over there spend the night, and they're coming down from downstairs, and her friend is like a real skinny, petite little thing, and jumps down like 4 or 5 of the stairs. And I go to see my daughter doing it, and my daughter's a very healthy, fit girl. I'm not saying anything like that, but and she jumps down and wham, and she's like, ah. And I was like, the Rogers family are thick-boned people. We are short and we are thick. Like, we're strong people. We are not jumpers, all right? You stay your ass on the ground.
We're not jumpers.
We're land animals.
We're land animals. Gravity is not our friend. You stay your ass on the ground and you be strong and you be a pit bull, all right? That's what we are.
What's our motto? We're not jumpers.
We don't jump. Like the whole airborne thing, when we had to do that PLF, it was only 3 feet off the ground. I was like, this ain't, I'm not good at this. I would fake that shit as much as possible.
That's funny.
The Rogers family are not jumpers, dude.
Скажіть ним, що це за ящик?
What's going on?
He's saying it's nuclear.
Oh, good thing we brought our dirty bomb expert.
No, you're not. He's saying this isn't a dirty bomb. They didn't need to weaponize anything. This is a nuclear warhead.
So as an 18 Charlie, we go through a lot of training on different types of bombs.
Real quick, I was going to say, okay.
Yeah.
Nothing changed for me in that whole thing. Like, this isn't a dirty bomb. It's a nuclear warhead. I'm the dumb Bravo. I'm like, so blow it in place?
Yeah, right?
Well, I don't know what that means.
Can
what
we
is
shoot
that?
it?
What's the difference between a dirty bomb, which I thought had nuclear radiation, that's what calls it dirty, and what's in a nuclear bomb?
So what they were looking for was a regular bomb that had some radioactive material in it.
Okay.
This one, I guess, is a much larger, just a complete nuclear device. So
like scorched earth, like Will Smith status? Or
yeah,
what?
yeah. So they were talking about how far how widespread the kill radius would be, and from the explosion it wouldn't be that big, but for 1,000 years later, because of how much nuclear material is there, it would be uninhabitable.
So like, we're talking about like Chernobyl type stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, heck yeah.
But I mean, for the team on the ground, that doesn't mean anything, because if that's a regular ordnance and it blows up, you're dead. If it's a nuclear ordnance and blows up, you're dead. So for you on the ground, it doesn't mean anything.
Oh, so you're telling me that this one's gonna kill me, but this one's gonna dirty the soil after it kills me? Like, oh, okay, real cool.
The first one will kill you. The second one will just kill you more. So
you're gonna be deader.
You'll be mo dead.
You'll be mo
He's
mo
like, oh,
dead.
we real dead. But no, so as an 18 Charlie, we go through and we learn about how to handle different types of explosives and, just dealing with different things. We don't ever touch anything nuclear as far as like in training.
Because like, what's the point?
Exactly. So it's like, I'm like, I don't want to be anywhere near this thing. It's old. It's like 20, 30 years old. So it's probably leaking radiation. And you're just like, man, I should have stayed home.
Yeah.
I should have been with Ray.
I'm
like,
oh, my shoulder's really
I'm going to have to go.
Really hurting.
Jason, I'll see you guys when we
You know
get
what's
back.
funny is that the whole thing with Jason telling him, he's like, oh, my shoulder's messed up. You're staying. If you already on mission, you're like, oh, my shoulder, like, figure it out.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa, wait a minute. What do you mean? You cared about him before. You don't care about us now? But that's how it goes. Mm-hmm. It's like timing, right? It's like
exactly.
If it's that perfect sweet spot where everyone's like in pre-deployment and things are malleable and everyone's home and chill, then it's like you can get nixed so fast.
Yep.
But once you start going, your leg could be missing, and they're like, and
yeah, you're here.
You better
Figure
start figuring it out.
I told you to drink water.
Dude, the minute you leave on that bird, everything is figured out.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, nothing
Deal
matters.
with it when you get home. Pick your arm up and carry it with you.
Shove it up your ass and learn how to walk with it, because you got on the plane. But before 2 months ago, it's like, oh, hugs and kisses. Oh, you need to get to the doctor and you need to get an X-ray and an MRI because we care so much about you. Lies. Like well, it's
Who
true.
hurt you?
It's true, because that's what we do. Like, at the end of the day, all SF guys, nobody cares.
Yeah.
If you say you're good, you're good. I don't care. If you are willing to push through the pain, that's good. Yeah. We all are expected to do that. The part that bothers me is the whole pretending to be soft for each other thing, because it's fake. Yeah. We just know from reading Jocko's books and stuff like that it's like, oh, we're supposed to be nice right now. Hey, man. Go to the doc.
You're like, oh, this hurts. Like, hold on. He pulls out extreme leadership.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, okay, yeah. Go to the doctor, buddy.
You need to see medical personnel. Give them a hug now. Yeah. Okay, hey, come here.
Hey, how's your wife doing?
Yeah.
All good? Okay.
That's how it is. All that stuff is BS, dude, because nobody cares about how your wife is doing. Nobody cares about how your family is doing. The only thing that matters on a special operations unit is the mission.
Yeah, exactly.
But we want to pretend that in that like 2 to 3 month period of being back from deployment and not gearing up for the next one, that's like, we're good leaders. So
it's so crazy that in like the 2016 timeframe, we started having to do all this sensitivity training, and we'd go to battalion and we'd have to watch these PowerPoint presentations where it's another Green Beret who doesn't believe a word of what he's saying. He's just mandated to be up there. He's like, so this is how we have to deal with sensitivities.
Yeah.
We had to go. I remember we had to go through an entire transgender sensitivity presentation one time because that's when like it was like a big push in the military for allowing transgenders or whatever, and we as a room of Green Berets had to sit there while another Green Beret taught us how to be sensitive to transgender people.
Meanwhile, that guy's hitting pause and be like, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
It was wild. Anyways,
yeah, because at the end of the day, if you show up to an ODA and you're a squared away human and you are a female that has a penis, nobody cares.
If you're doing
the only thing that matters is the mission. That's what people don't understand. The only thing that matters is the mission. Your arm could fall off. I don't care. You could have 2 penises. I don't care. You could have a penis and a vagina and 3 assholes. I don't care. The only thing that matters is the mission. You could be black, Asian, brown with a dick coming out of your forehead. If you're good at your job, you're the best Green Beret.
Look,
the only thing that matters is the mission.
And we're going to make fun of you, but we're also going to make fun of everybody else. So
right.
Just deal with it. It's not.
I got made fun of, and look at me. I'm like a Greek statue. I'm perfect.
You're
and
so
I got made
bulbousy
fun
and
of.
vascular.
I'm vascular and beautiful and well proportioned.
Like,
and
how can you make fun of this?
5'8.5" is the perfect height of a human being, and I don't care what anybody says. Look at the statue of David. He wasn't 6 foot. You guys are wrong.
I love how that's the one fact about history and art that you grabbed onto. The statue of David.
He also has a tiny penis. And he is.
You see?
See what I'm saying? So, who's the biatch now?
Ambush. Actually,
Fair enough.
already knows how to do an ambush.
I'm gonna teach you how to do one the right way, remember? Watch and learn.
Okay, Chase. We're about to get in a good old-fashioned mad minute, and you're telling me right now that you want Spencer beside you.
You know what? Right now I need my most senior guy to step up, and that's you. Ray comes back, you can go back to being a knuckle dragger. But right now, something happens to us, I need you to get that truck as far away as possible.
Leadership sucks.
Yeah, now you're starting to sound
Leadership sucks.
All right.
That was a perfect way to say that.
I feel like that was totally ad-libbed.
Yeah, yeah.
It was so brilliant.
It's so accurate, too.
He's like, oh, leadership
Like
sucks.
the timing, the cadence, the drag
was
away.
perfect.
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 So there's so much going on in this scene. So first off, a couple definitions on this. They keep saying strap. And so for people that don't know, they're referring to the girl who is the doctor or whatever. She's a strap hanger. So basically,
Airborne term.
Yeah, it's an airborne term for someone that's basically coming along with you, that you basically have to take care of them. They're along with you. They're not part of the unit or whatever.
I think it comes from when you're doing your manifest for an airborne op. You have everybody that's going to jump that day that's listed out. And then if you add somebody at the end, they're a strap hanger. So
Yeah.
they're being tied on to the jump, but they're not on the manifest.
Right. And so they're referring to her as that's their strap. So basically they have to now protect her and get her out of here. The other one is Mad Minute. So you want to talk about the Mad Minute from an ambush?
No.
Okay. So basically when they're talking about, he says we're about to get.
I feel like as soon as you remind me, I'll remember. But right now, if you ask me, I don't remember what I don't remember what it was.
All right. So when Sonny's like, we're about to get in a good old fashioned Mad Minute. So a Mad Minute refers to essentially the first 60 seconds of an ambush. And that's when everybody is basically online and just firing downrange at the target.
Oh, they're calling that the Mad Minute?
Yeah. And so that's what when we went through SUT, what we called it too.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah. So basically it's your first 60 seconds of the ambush.
Initiating the ambush.
And so at that time, you're laying down what everybody would weirdly refer to as scunion. Basically, you're just shooting. Everybody's shooting as much as possible for essentially 60 seconds. And the goal is to kill everything in that kill zone. And then afterwards, you'll get up and go through methodically.
You have your second mag for whatever you're carrying. So it's M4. You'll have your second mag waiting for that reload. Because obviously one mag isn't going to last you a full ambush for that 60 seconds.
Yeah.
So everybody's has like their little station prepped. You got your gun ready. You got your second mag ready. If you have an assistant gunner, he's ready to go for the main guns, because obviously you're going to have your 240s or 249s set up on an angle for the best angle of fire. And then, yeah, so I just didn't realize, I forgot they called that 60 seconds a mad minute. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then the other part that I like is Sonny obviously has the saw, or the 249, which is the only belt-fed weapon on the team. And so when he gets pulled off, he then hands the gun to Jason, because in an ambush or something like that, you want whatever's going to lay down the most fire, you want those assets available. So now Sonny's going to give off the saw, or the belt-fed machine gun, basically, to Jason, so that now they can use that for the ambush, and he's just going to pick up an M4
which is
carry on.
Another crazy part of accuracy in the show, because what they don't realize, so obviously Sonny is high ranking but not in a leadership role. So who's high ranking on that ambush line? The 240 or the 249, your biggest belt-fed weapon system, is high ranking. So he's the one that sets the rest of the line.
Mm-hmm.
So the strategy and the strategic positioning comes from your machine guns, so your 240s and your 249s. He's the one that's going to pick the best place, and then everyone else is going to line up off his angles. So he's actually in charge of setting up that ambush. So that's why it's really sad for a Bravo type mentality to give that up, because you're not just part of the ambush, you're essentially setting in the ambush.
Yeah, that's like
as a
your
Saga.
baby.
That's your baby.
And the other part that it happened very quick, and I love the show because it's so accurate, is when he's like, "Oh, where are you going?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna take her up on a hill, I'm gonna take her up, get her set up and ready to rock." Yeah, let her eat.
Yeah.
And so you're tactically, right? He's going to get high ground. He's going to get the best vantage point for the belt-fed machine gun, right? And so he's just the little things like that, little comments that are kind of glossed over in the show, but it makes so much sense, and that's why the show's so real.
Yeah.
And just that whole thing, and then when he's like, "Oh, leadership sucks." That's what everybody would say in that situation. He's like, "I don't want to be the leader. I wish Ray was here. I'm a knuckle dragger," that they keep saying. So he's like, "I want to get up there and fight. I don't want to miss the firefight."
And the whole knuckle dragger term, it may be like putting down for people like, "Oh, you don't think, you're just like, oh, meathead." But for us Bravos, being the knuckle dragger is a sense of pride, because it's a power. It's a position of bravery.
Yeah.
And we look at it as we will run in and do stupid things, because we pride ourselves on that. Our position is less about strategic and thinking through certain things and being in leadership roles, and more about being as brave as possible and putting ourselves out there. And every time you need someone to go into a dangerous position, the Bravo always hopes to be the one that's like called out first, because that's our bread and butter. That's what we do. Just everyone has their jobs. The Bravos, your job is to lay down fire. So if you're calling somebody else over me when things are starting to get violent, like, I should be your go-to for violence.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what we pride ourselves on. So being called a knuckle dragger for us is not a bad term. That's like a source of pride.
It's a term of endearment.
Term of endearment for us. But I love that, because he was going to go to high ground. He's going to pick the best spot for that 240 or 249, and he knows he's like. And that's another thing about that. Not only does he pick the best spot as a 249, he initiates the ambush.
Yeah.
So that gun starts the ambush. You get the first shot. You're the first one that's getting rounds on target.
Everybody goes off of you.
And everybody goes off of you. So you're leading that assault.
Yeah.
And then you're the one that's going to pick up, because you have to make sure that you're reloaded, which takes longer than everybody else. You're going to make sure, check your line, make sure everyone's reloaded. You're going to pick up, and you're going to move through your kill zone, killing everybody, laying down more fire if anyone's still alive. You're going to get to limit of advance, LOA, 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 call it, and then you guys are going to start back clearing, and then now you own that ambush site.
Yep. So it's awesome. Such a complex scene right there, and it lasted like 30, 45 seconds.
Yep.
But there's so many layers that were happening. So.
And it passes the vibe check.
For sure, yeah.
Which is really, really hard for a lot of Hollywood.
For most of Hollywood.
Most of Hollywood. The vibe check is the hardest part. They'll put all the gear on, they'll give you all the weapons and all the stuff, and they think that they got it. And then, military people, not just special operations, all military people will watch and go, lose.
Yeah.
Missing the vibe.
It's just,
this isn't
there's
it.
no soul.
Yeah.
Like, it's just an empty show. That was the last one.
Cool. It's a perfect way to end it. What a great episode. AJ Buckley, I love his acting.
He's probably my favorite character in the show, I think.
He wasn't hitting with me at first, and then all of a sudden it's like I started to just like fall in love with his character and his whole like country tough guy thing, the Bravo, and now I absolutely love him.
Yeah, there's so many layers to his character, and the arc that his character takes is awesome. So I'm excited. We're getting to the end, or towards the end now of season 1, and so season 2 gets really good. So I'm really pumped to move on to that one. But we still got a couple more episodes in season 1 though.
Right. Hope you guys enjoy. Let us know down in the comments if you like this episode. Comment on what you thought of the episode. Let us know what you guys want us to see, because we really do need your ideas. We're running out of good stuff to watch, guys. We need your input. What do you want us to review? What do you want us to look at? And you know what? Send any ideas. What kind of shows do you guys want to see us do? Any ideas that you guys might have, we take them all in consideration. We're 3 guys with cameras and having a good time, having drinks. We'll do anything that sounds cool. So
3 guys with cameras.
We'll do anything.
Whatever you suggest. Buys and beers.
Oh. Well, we got to do it.
Kurt got aroused.
Oh,
Anyways.
Abel made it weird.
Oh.
All right, guys. See you on the next episode. Peace.
What's up, everybody? Kurt from the FNG Academy here. If you have any interest in becoming a Green Beret or joining Special Operations, I want to invite you to check us out at our Patreon. We've currently got over 100 videos in the catalog there. We post new videos weekly. We do a monthly giveaway as well. Come over and check us out. We have a few different tiers, everything from just supporting the channel to our FNG Extras tier, which will get you access to our weekly videos, and then all the way up to a mentorship tier, which will get you bi-weekly calls with one of our Green Beret mentors that will help you get mentally prepared and mentally ready to go to selection and succeed. So make sure you check us out at our team room. That is patreon.com/FNG Academy. We can't wait to see you there.